Here at home, a recent debate over evolution is helping fund an effort to build a life-size replica of Noah's Ark. The Creation Museum's Ken Ham is behind the project, and he recently held an evolution debate with Bill Nye, the science guy. Around 7 million people tuned in. Ham says the event is generating badly needed funds for the Ark. Paul Strand visited its future site and has more.
It took years, but the money has flowed in sufficiently for the folks who built the Creation Museum to begin construction of a gigantic life-size Noah's Ark. That's the word from Creation Museum Director Ken Ham. And if the cash keeps coming, eventually it will be surrounded by a theme park, the Ark Encounter, that supporters say will be a Bible-based blast. The Ark itself will stretch as far as you can see these little white flags, just off Kentucky's I-75, 40 minutes from the Creation Museum. And that biblically accurate Ark will tower mighty high and wide. Patrick Marsh, art director on the Jaws and King Kong attractions at Universal, designed the Ark Encounter.
You're going to be looking at a skyscraper. It's going to be that kind of thing, but it's going to be very, very long skyscraper, a lot longer than a football field, about 1.5 times the size of a football field.
This thing is rated to hold over 10,000 people at one time.
Project manager Mike Zelvath showed CBN News around the massive piece of real estate where the Ark will sit on pylons 12 feet high off the ground. He says seeing the Ark will make the Bible account of it plausible.
It's not something that's just a wild, crazy fairy tale. You know, we can show you how it was built and show you that Noah and his family could have built the thing.
If the financing continues to flow, the really big boat will eventually be one of just many fun-filled attractions in the 800-acre Ark Encounter. Marsh says just behind the Ark,
we got camel and pony rides for adults and kids.
And then there's a Tower Babel, which is in another valley over.
A massive petting zoo area will feature all sorts of animal shows, and a giant aviary will be filled with exotic birds. Kids will go crazy for the action-packed children's area.
I mean, it's filled with net climbs. It's filled with just all kinds of places for them to run and play. We've got zip lines in there, little zip lines for them. We've got rocks to climb. We've got all kinds of caves for them to explore.
But if you make your way across the whole park to this building, you'll get
to what we call the 10 Plagues ride, which is our only real ride that we had planned.
And in there, after the plagues, you'll experience a famous parting.
There's going to be a Red Sea. And then we got a first-century village where you can sit down and have a meal with the disciples and learn what the times and what it was like being with Jesus.
Nazareth or Bethlehem, something that looks like that.
Lively live entertainment will constantly perk the park up.
We've got parades, we've got actors, we've got jugglers, we've got sword swallowers and fire eaters.
Standing on the Ark site, Zelvath says roughly $140 million will make it all happen.
70 to get this done and another 70 to do the rest of the park.
Marsh says it'll be worth the expense because research indicates 2/3 of Americans will want to come to this Bible-centered site, 1.2 million minimum in just the first year.
You think about it, how many churches actually reach 1.2 million people with the gospel, in this country?
The place will definitely be a blast for believers, but there's a deeper purpose.
And the whole point of building the Ark Encounter is to reach people that wouldn't go to church, who wouldn't necessarily, look into what Christianity is about, who Jesus really is.
Soon they'll come to gape at the Ark, but maybe go gripping the cross. Paul Strand, CBN News, Williamstown, Kentucky.